Hi everyone, I'm Obi from Middle Eats, and today I'll be showing you how to make the best Kahk Eid, a traditional stuffed cookie that is eaten during Eid at the end of Ramadan. These delicious cookies will just melt in your mouth, and we're going to be making 3 delicious fillings: honey walnut, cinnamon date, and caramelized pecans. You can stuff these with whatever you like, and if you have an interesting filling idea, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more Middle Eastern recipes. Now let's get started. So first thing you'll do is make some Samna, or as it's known in English, Ghee. Homemade ghee always tastes better, and it's the main ingredient in Kahk, so it's worth making from scratch. Put 2 to 4 full sticks of good quality butter in a heavy saucepan on high heat and let it melt completely. Once it's melted, it'll start foaming. Keep it on a high heat till the foam evaporates, then turn the heat down to medium-low and let the remaining butter simmer for about 10 minutes. It's done simmering when you can see the bottom of the pot. All the milk will have evaporated and there will be some milk solids on the bottom. Let it cool for around half an hour, then pour it out into a sterile jar. Use a funnel and some cheesecloth to strain the melted ghee. You can use a strainer instead if you don't have any cheesecloth. Once you've poured it all out, let it cool overnight, and the next day it will have solidified and is ready to be used. You'll lose about 1/4 of the butter's weight during the process, so a kilogram of butter will give you about 750 grams of ghee. Make sure to use high quality butter, as the flavour really makes a difference. Next, you'll toast your sesame seeds, which you'll be using in the cookies and honey walnut filling. This will bring out the natural nuttiness of the sesame and enhance the flavour. Put it in a small pot and on a low heat, then toss the pot every 20 to 30 seconds to mix the sesame so they toast evenly. You want to toast them till they barely start to darken and are a light golden colour. Before we make the dough, we'll prepare the filling so that they have time to cool. We'll start with the honey walnut one, which is known as Agameya. First, put 40 grams of ghee in a small pot on a medium heat. When it's melted fully, add 20 grams of flour. Give it a mix and then let the flour cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Next, add in 180 grams of honey and stir to combine. Turn the heat up and let it come to a boil. Leave it to cook for another minute, then remove it from the heat. Chop up 100 grams of walnuts into small pieces, then add them to the honey mixture. Now add in 1 tablespoon of the toasted sesame you made earlier. Mix it all together thoroughly until well combined. Then pour it out into a bowl and put it in the fridge to cool. The next filling you'll make is the date filling, which is known as Agwa. To make this, put 15 grams of butter or ghee in a small pot. While that melts, put a handful of dates and chop them into small pieces. You'll need 120 grams of chopped dates for this. Add it to the pot, and if the dates you're using are dry, then add in a tablespoon of water as well. Put the pot on a medium heat and the dates will start to soften. Once they've loosened up a bit, add in half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Mix it all together until it forms a soft and workable paste. It will take about 3 to 5 minutes to reach that consistency. The last filling we'll make is a twist on the traditional nut filling. We're going to do caramelized pecans this time. You can also substitute your favourite nuts instead of the pecans. Add 110 grams of soft brown sugar to a small pot on a medium heat. Next, add 2 tablespoons of water and let the brown sugar melt and dissolve. Mix it together and let it come to a boil. Then turn the heat down to low and let it simmer till all the sugar granules have dissolved and a caramel forms. Chop your pecans or nuts into small pieces, then add them to the caramel and give it a good mix till well combined. Pour the mixture out onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet and spread it out into a thin layer to cool. Now to make the biscuit dough, I recommend using a stand mixer, but you can also use an electric hand mixer or do it by hand with a whisk. This recipe will make about 48 cookies, so feel free to double it and give some out to your friends. Combine 500 grams of flour, half a tablespoon of Kahk Seasoning, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds. Put them all in a bowl and give them a mix until well combined. Put 300 grams of cold ghee into the bowl of your mixer and add 50 grams of powdered sugar to it. Cream them together on high speed using a whisk until it becomes fluffy. Make sure to scrape down the side and bottom of the bowl so no clumps remain. When the ghee has a creamy texture and has doubled in size, add your flour mixture to the mixing bowl and mix it on a medium speed. After 90 seconds it should be well combined and the flour will be crumbly. Add in 90 grams of milk and then mix again until the milk is combined and a soft pliable dough has formed. Let it rest for half an hour. The dough is ready to use when you can form it into a ball and you can make indentations without it cracking. Once the dough has rested, it's time to divide it into equal portions. Use an ice cream scoop or another utensil to portion out 20-gram cookies. Use a scale till you've figured out how much to fill the utensil. Getting all the cookies to the same size is key for an even bake. Once you've figured out the size, go ahead and portion out all of your dough. This ice cream scoop I had was perfect for making 10-gram portions, so I went ahead and used 2 for each cookie. When done, I was left with around 48 cookies. Once you've portioned out all the dough, it's time to form the cookies. Grab a portion of dough in your hand and then roll it into a ball using the palms of both of your hands. Do this till you have rolled all of the dough into equal sized balls. Next, you'll portion out the fillings as well. Use a melon baller or teaspoon to scoop out a small ball of your fillings about half the size of your dough balls. The honey mixture will be sticky, so take it out of the fridge right before using it. When you've made a few dozen scoops of one filling, use your hand to roll them into smooth balls. Do the same exact thing for the date mixture, but for the pecan filling, there's no need to form it as we'll just scoop it into the cookies directly. Put the prepared fillings in the fridge so they can cool until we're ready to use them. So now you'll start the final assembly of your cookies. Grab a ball of dough in the palm of your hand and then make an indentation with your thumb. Spread the dough out slightly as this makes it easier to fold around the filling. Place a ball of your chosen filling in the centre of the indentation. Then using your fingers, fold the rest of the cookie up and around the filling till it is completely encased in dough. Try to get the dough to an even thickness all the way around. Finally, reform it into a ball by rolling the stuffed cookie around in your hand till it's smooth once again. For the nut filling, it's pretty much the same, except this time around you should put 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of the filling in the indentation. I made 12 of each filling and 12 plain ones using this batch of dough. It's tradition to mark the different flavour cookies. Raid your kitchen drawers or cupboards to find something that will leave a nice pattern on the dough when pressed into the biscuits. I'm using a mallet and a piping nozzle to mark my different flavours. Try to get a clear and unique indentation that will show through once cooked. And don't mark the honey ones as they can leak if the dough is too thin. When you've assembled all your cookies, preheat an oven to 160 degrees Celsius and prepare a baking sheet by lining it with grease-proof paper. Place your cookies on the tray so they are evenly spaced with a small gap, as they will spread slightly. Place the tray in the centre of your preheated oven and bake the cookies for between 16 to 18 minutes. The exact timing will depend on the size of your cookies and your oven. I recommend baking a plain cookie as a trial so you can dial in the timing. You'll know the cookies are done when they have browned on the bottom and have an even pale gold colour all over. Make sure to take them out before they brown completely, as they can dry out. When they come out of the oven, let them sit for a few minutes on the tray before moving them to a cooling rack. When they've cooled completely, it's time to dust them with some powdered sugar. Now there isn't much sugar in the actual cookie apart from the fillings, so being generous won't hurt. Put the cookies on a work surface and add a few tablespoons of powdered sugar to a sieve. Give it a shake over the cookies until they are evenly coated in a layer of fine sugar. Once dusted, the cookies are done and ready to be eaten. When you break into them, the dough should be evenly cooked all the way around and should crumble quite easily if you've mixed it right. The honey walnut and date fillings will appear prominently in the middle of the cookies, and as for the plain and pecan ones, they'll be cooked throughout and deliciously crumbly. The only thing left to do with these is to decorate and serve them. I've plated mine in a pile on a cake stand and alternated the flavours with each layer. I've also dusted some extra sugar on top. As it's Eid, I've put together some boxes of assorted kahk to give out as gifts. I hope you'll go ahead and make these traditional cookies, and if you do, please let me know in the comments down below or on Instagram. As usual, all the directions and ingredient amounts are in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another Middle Eastern recipe.